Hi friends, it's Tanya with Sweet Tea Stampin' Spot, and I am coming to you today for a Let's Do Lunch, my special edition, 10 weeks of Christmas. This is week 2. So if you're watching live with me on Facebook, give me a shout out, let me know you're watching. If you are watching a replay on Facebook or on YouTube, I love to see your shout outs there too. I'm just going to get the computer in front of me pulled up so that when I flip my phone down in just a minute, I can see comments that you make and don't miss to say hello. So hope you're having a good week. I was hoping that today would have been a little bit more sunny. It's been misting still this morning here where we're at in Chesapeake, Virginia. And we've had some gloomy days for the last couple of days, so I'm kind of over that misty, rainy stuff and ready for some sunshine to break through, but not yet. I was thinking it would by now today, but it has not. So hopefully later today. Oh look, somebody did say hello and I didn't see it on my phone. So hello Cheryl, thank you for joining me. So as just a little backup and just a reminder that I am featuring every Tuesday a Christmas card. This is week 2 of 10, and so every Tuesday between now and Christmas time, I'll be doing a Facebook Live that I'll also place over on the YouTube channel as well, so that you can watch and make along with me, or you know, whatever you want to do. Share the video, however you want to do it. Make a comment. All of that is good stuff. And I hope that you get some inspiration if you haven't started your Christmas crafting yet. You know, we're down to like 9 weeks, 8-ish, 8.5, 9 weeks. And so hopefully what I'm showing you these next couple of weeks will inspire you. And if you don't have supplies to make any cards yet, of course, you can always place orders anytime. If you are comfortable placing them online, I do have a host code open, and I have a little incentive as well for my 10 weeks of Christmas. So if you place orders during my 10 weeks of Christmas using my online store, so online orders, you don't have to use the host code if you don't want to, especially if you're going to be placing a large order. If you place a $35 order, you're going to get 3 of my cards in the mail, the packets for them. You'll have to provide your stamps and ink to make the cards, but I'm going to provide you with the supplies for 3 cards if you place a $35 or more order. And it'll just be a random 3 out of the 10. You don't get to pick them. I get to pick them. And so that's the first incentive level. If you place a $50 or more order online during this 10 weeks of Christmas series, you will get the 3 card packets, plus at the end, or actually the beginning of December, I'm going to email you a PDF with all 10. So you'll get the 3 card packets plus a PDF with instructions and supply list and all of the good stuff on how to make all 10 of my 10 weeks of Christmas cards. If you do 100 or more, you'll get both of those things plus an embellishment from me as a little thank you gift. So anytime during this 10 weeks process, so I think the last Tuesday before Christmas is the 20th, if I'm double checking my calendar, yes, December 20th. So if you place an order between now and then online either using my host code that I have open at the time, or just if you place it on your own, again, $35 level gets you 3 card packets, $50 gets you 3 card packets plus the 10 card PDF, and 100 or more gets you both of those things plus an embellishment for me. So just an extra bonus incentive. Hi Irene, thank you for joining live today. Hope you are well down there in Texas. All right, so I'm gonna flip my phone down. I have a fun card today, and mixing in one of the in colors for my project. So anyone will care to guess which of the in colors? And I will tell you, it's one of the 5 newest in colors in this card, and it is Christmassy looking. So tell me what color you think it is. Your choices are Orchid Oasis, Parakeet Party, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, or Tahitian Tide. Those are the 5 colors for the in color. So tell me which one you think it is, and as we get through the project, you will learn which one it is. So let me flip my phone down and we'll get started with our stamping today. And I'm trying to get the transition a little smoother, and I'm hoping that I keep turning the wrong thing. There we go. Here we go. Hopefully you can see my desktop here. Yep, so here's my website, tanyareed.stampinup.net. So again, if you were going to place an online order, that's where you would go. Also, in the description of this video, there is also a link to shop with me. I do have a host code open for the rest of October, and then I will start a new one in November on the 1st. So the 31st is next Monday, so that will be the last day to use this host code if you wanted to use a host code. And that is FEGG2P6P. And again, that'll be up in the description of the video. If you are placing a larger order though, and you want to get your own host rewards or Stampin' rewards, don't use my host code, just shop at tanyareed.stampinup.net and place your order there. I will still get to see it, and you will get your incentives for my 10 weeks of Christmas if you do it that way. I will make a note because we have 6 days left. Our starter kit is on promotion right now, our starter kit plus. So normally the starter kit, and it's hard to probably see that, but normally you get to pick $125 for free or of product for your $99 starter kit. But right now you get a bonus $30 free. And so you get to pick out $155 for $99. There is no shipping on that cost, so it's just going to be $99 plus tax, whatever the tax is in your area. And I would love for you to join our Sweet Tea Stampers team. In fact, just one little thing to brag about my team, we do a quarterly event, and tonight is actually my event with my team. They have to earn their spot, and it's done once a quarter, so we base it off of the previous quarter. So tonight's celebration of my team members is for the July, August, and September quarters, and they had to earn their spot at this event. It is a virtual event, so people can attend from wherever. Actually, we have someone attending from South Carolina tonight, someone attending from Florida. Who else did I have to mail packets to? Most of the others are in the greater Hampton Roads area, northeast North Carolina. There was somebody else that I had to mail a packet to, but I can't think of who it was. So they join us from all over, and we did call it Better Your Best because that was kind of our goal. But this team event is now called Celebrate and Create. So it's all about creativity, and each Sweet Tea Stamper has the opportunity to earn it each quarter, and each quarter is different. So I'll be doing that tonight with my team, and just wanted to mention how much fun we have together. Again, even if you can't attend in-person things because maybe you don't live locally, that's 100% okay. Our team is scattered all about, all the way as far west right now as Iowa, and obviously I'm on the very East Coast, so we go south to Florida and up to Pennsylvania and sprinkled all in between there. And then we love inviting or welcoming new team members and getting you into the mix of our activities each week and each month. We have virtual swapping, we have in-person swapping, we do special team activities. And right now in December, we're planning a fun Saturday stamping event here in the studio. And for those that aren't local, they'll get an opportunity to send in some projects and get some return to them. So more details for my team members coming on that soon. But that'll be in December, kind of a year-end gathering. So just a little bit about that. And if you have questions, again, this starter kit promotion does end on Monday the 31st. So just a few more days to take advantage of this awesome starter kit deal. And again, the best part about it is you get to pick out your $155 in product. So if you were dreaming of getting a big bundle out of here, or out of the mini catalog, or out of the regular catalog, or if you have a long wish list, the starter kit is definitely something to consider. So, all right, so let's stamp today. And again, this is week number 2. As a reminder, this is what I did last week. So last week's card was this fun Poppy Parade and Grady Apple Green with some gold accent card with the Decorated with Happiness bundle. So that was my card from last week, week 1. And this week's card is going to feature, out of the mini catalog, the stamp set called Jingle Jingle Jingle. So this is on page 26 of the catalog. It is a standalone stamp set, meaning it does not come with any dies or coordinating embellishments or paper. So you kind of just have to use what else is in the catalog. So I am going to be using some of this paper on page 9, some of the Sweetest Christmas designer paper as a little accent on my card. Oh, Cheryl did say she thinks I'm going to use Parakeet Party. We will soon see what that's going to be. Thank you for chiming in with that guess. So this is the paper. I'll be using a little accent piece of this paper. This paper was temporarily unavailable, but it is back in stock. And I know Michelle is planning for some of this in a project that she is doing at our Mega Stamp Camp in November. And so look forward, if you're coming to that in November, for some more fun cards with this paper. All right. So here is the card. Here's the stamp set. Jingle, jingle, jingle. It is a photopolymer stamp set and has a ton of pieces in it, 18 pieces. And it's kind of considered a two-step stamping, but not exactly, because these pieces are separated, and so you can stamp them independently, or you can pair them together and create a two-layer greeting. And so this is the card I'm going to be demonstrating today, and I'm not sure if you can see all the sparkles on it too. I'm hoping you can. I did a little wink of Stella on the lights and on some of the stars. So let me get started. So I did use Garden Green as my card base, and I've actually folded it this way, so it's 4 1/4 by 11, which is also what I did for this one last week. Weird. I don't always do that, but so 4 1/4 by 11, and then score at 5 1/2. And this is, like I said, Garden Green cardstock. And then I'm going to pull over some scrap paper because I'm trying to keep this clean for another week. And I'm going to use some Garden Green ink. Now, in the stamp set, there's these 2 stars, much like the words, and then Santa's hat, and then the little pieces for the lights. The stars can be put together, but they're actually individual stamps. But to make it easier to use, I put them both on one block. I'm not sure if you can see, they're both there, but they're individual stamps. And I'm going to just stamp these stars in Garden Green on my Garden Green cardstock base. I'm going to do a little practice stamp there. And I've just spaced them on my block so that they're spaced apart a little bit. And I'm just stamping randomly. And I'm just covering up some of the space here on my card base. I'm not trying to do it all because I will be putting on more pieces later. So I'm going to do a little bit at the top and then about the other third at the bottom, same way. So again, this just saves a little time by putting both stamps on a block because I'm stamping them with the same color. Just random stamping. This is the tedious part. All right, there we go. And I've left this blank because we're going to add lots of paper there. I'm going to leave my Garden Green ink pad out because we'll be using that some more. So that's that. I am going to now take a piece of basic white, and this is measured 4 1/4, so the entire width across the card, by 2. So it's 2 wide, or sorry, 4 1/4 wide, 2 high. And this is where I'm going to do the bulk of my stamping. So I am going to start by doing the row of lights across the top of my card. Now this stamp is not long enough, of course, to go all the way across that 4 1/4 inch piece. So I am going to kind of start off with one side and do my best to line them up. Line up the strands of lights. Close enough. So I just did 2 stamps there. And that's also in Garden Green. And then I'm going to stamp the outline of the word jolly, also in Garden Green, and I've got that on a block already. I am going to leave a bit of a gap between the light bulbs and jolly because I do have to stamp the part of the green that says "'Tis the season to be." And then of course the word jolly will go underneath. Okay. So using a lot of Garden Green on this card. Still no in color yet. So here's "'Tis the season to be." And I'm gonna place that in between the word jolly and the strand of lights that I created. "'Tis the season to be jolly." Okay. And then we need to fill in with some other colors. So the in color I'm using is going to actually be Sweet Sorbet. And the reason I chose this color is because when I pulled some of the strips of designer series paper from the candy cane, sweet candy cane paper, it is actually Sweet Sorbet is one of the colors in that designer series paper. So I'll be using that and a little accent piece of Sweet Sorbet. So not Parakeet Party this time, but that it would be a fun, bright Christmas green. And so for this, I'm going to be using the part that goes inside the outline. So the other jolly. Okay. And here we go. And I am not always so concerned about it lining up perfectly. Now you could definitely line it up a little better than that. I did leave a little bit of space there. But I actually like the way when it doesn't line up perfectly. I like how that looks. And you could use the stamp apparatus to line it up perfectly if you like. The next thing I need to do is fill in the light bulbs. And so I have that on a block, and that is again one of the little pieces here. And I'm going to be using my Daffodil Light Yellow for that. And just kind of stamp these across the light strand. And then we'll finish assembling and doing a little blinging it up and some embellishments. So this card is mainly using stamps, ink, and paper with a little bit of designer paper and a little bit of bling, but there's no special tools, so no die cutting, no punches, pretty much just stamps, ink, and paper with a little extra designer paper. So what I'm going to do next is on the back of my Sweet Sorbet, I'm going to run a little bit of adhesive, and I've got some Stampin' Seal. Oh, Jamie's watching. Offset looks great. I know, it does. I actually like it better than trying to line it up perfectly, which makes it less stressful. So I'm going to take this and place this strip of the designer paper, one at the bottom and one at the top of this piece of Sweet Sorbet. So Sweet Sorbet is 4 1/4 by 2 1/2, and then the strips are basically 1 by 4 1/4. So again, still the same width as the card. And these are just some pieces of that Sweet Candy Canes designer paper. Now this is going to go on my card front there. Now I will be using some of the multi-purpose glue for this part. When I do the more narrow pieces, I like to use my Stampin' Seal, but if I'm doing a large piece, if I want it flat, I'm just going to go with my liquid glue, Tombow liquid glue. Place this here. And I know it's not perfectly lined up, but I'm okay with that. That makes it even more jolly. Now this piece I do want to add some dimension to, so I'll put some dimensionals on the back of that. Almost done. And then this will line up in the middle of that piece of sweet sorbet. And then we need to come in with a little bit of Wink of Stella. I'm hoping there's enough in this one. So what I did on this one is add it to my stars that I stamped with the garden green. I just did it on the solid stars, not the outline ones. It just adds a little something extra. Hopefully you can kind of see it sparkling in the video. If you can't, I promise it is. And then I'm going to come back in and add it to my light bulbs. And again, same thing. It might be hard to see in the video, but I'm definitely seeing the sparkle on my end. Okay. Then I did add a few gems, and then the other thing is that inside this card, of course, it is going to be a darker color. So I do have a piece of basic white, and what I'm going to do is actually come back in with my row of lights and add those across the top in the garden green, same way I did it on the front of the card. And if you don't, if you want to do multicolor lights, if you didn't want to just do one color, you could of course do different colors and then switch it, and then do a different color and then switch it. However you want to do it. You could also color them in with markers if you don't want to use the bulb stamp. And I actually overlaid it a little bit too much there, so I'm going to do it again. There's always a B-side. Well, almost always. I shouldn't say always, because there isn't always a B-side, but a lot of times there is a B-side. Let me see if I can get that lined up a little better this time. I also think I kind of rocked it a little bit. That's better. Okay. And I think I will just come back in with my my Daffodil Delight, because that's what I used on the front. Almost done with that. I'm not going to put Wink of Stella on that, just because it's going on the inside of the card. But what I will do is go ahead and bling up this, and I'm going to be using those sequins that I've been using all season, the adhesive backed seasonal sequins. And I'm going to use some of the green ones and some of the red ones, which they're actually garden green and sweet sorbet is the basic colors of them. So I'm going to use some of those on my card, and I'll put that inside in just a moment. Grab my pick tool. We'll add a couple of green ones. Ooh, let's see here. Let's add a couple of little green ones here. We'll add a big red one. Kind of find a gap. Maybe do one more somewhere else. I don't know where I want to put it. Let's see. Stick one there. I may have gone a little crazy with them. All right, so that's 3 of those, and let's do one more green one. Stick that one right there. All right, so that's the card front all done. And let's go ahead and put this on the inside. All right. So again, a pretty simple layout using our Jingle 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 stamp set. Lots of fun stamping You could really do this with several of the greetings. You could do Believe in the Magic, Jingle All the Way. You could have done it with the various words and greetings there and added some of the different embellishments like the candy cane or the little Santa hat or the bell. So lots of different options there. And then of course adding the little piece inside finishes it off. So thank you so much for joining me for today's Let's Do Lunch. I hope you have a great rest of the week and get some stamping done. If it's not holiday stamping, then any kind of stamping is awesome. Also, making sure that if you do want to participate in the 10 weeks of Christmas, this is week 2 of the cards. So this is 1 and 2. And if you place an order, any order online, 35 or more, you're going to get 3 card packets in the mail from me. If you place a $50 or more online order, then you're going to get 3 card packets plus, as we get into the very beginning of December, you'll get a PDF with all 10 projects that I'll be doing throughout the 10 weeks of Christmas, Facebook Lives and videos. And then if you place $100 or more, you'll get both of those things plus an embellishment from me. All right, everybody, so I hope you enjoyed today's project, and tis the season to be jolly using the Jingle 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 stamp. Have a great day. Bye-bye.